let me at the outset thank the LBS MENA Club for organizing and hosting this important and timely event. So many thanks, Mohammed, Hamad, and your team. We truly appreciate your efforts. Last week, we had the World Economic Forum in Riyadh, and there was a clear emphasis among policymakers on innovation and technology to drive quality growth rather than quantity growth, particularly in our region. And as rightly mentioned by His Excellency, Dr. Yassin, more entrepreneurs are needed to support economic diversification and private sector-led growth. And today also we heard from His Excellency, Mr. Ahmed Al-Swayyan, the importance of digital transformation in enhancing the business environment. So against this background, I'll focus my remarks today on three key points. The first point is on the macroeconomic circumstance in the MENA region, and Saudi Arabia in particular, which is the largest economy in the region. My second point will be on the role of Jeddah Fund of Funds in supporting the economic reform agenda in our region. And then I'll conclude by discussing our strategy and plan going forward. So hopefully that will illustrate how we can work together in the future. So on the macroeconomic environment, I believe the ongoing wide-ranging and ambitious structural reforms that are being implemented in the kingdom are yielding positive results. And this is evident from the strong non-oil GDP, which now accounts for 50% of the GDP for the first time. And definitely this positive momentum is also supported by growth-friendly but prudent fiscal and monetary policies. But what I believe is encouraging here is that growth is also inclusive. With unemployment declining to a record low, the number of women in the workforce has doubled since 2017. Inflation is among the lowest in the world, and SMEs have more than doubled since the introduction of Vision 2030. Thank you. And for that reason, it's not surprising to see companies like Alibaba Cloud expanding to Saudi through a joint venture, which is, by the way, one of Jeddah's portfolio companies that we are proud of. And there are many other examples of companies moving their regional headquarters to Saudi, such as Google, Microsoft, Amazon, Airbus, Pfizer, and many more. In fact, the value of foreign ownership in the Saudi stock market has skyrocketed by almost 5 times since 2018. So that shows the strong confidence in the Saudi economy among investors. Now, let me move to my second point, which is about the role of Jeddah Fund of Funds in this transformative journey. So we have a unique dual mandate that includes developmental objectives, such as job creation and economic growth, but also financial targets which help us to stay disciplined in screening the right investment opportunities, which will eventually support our developmental objectives in a sustainable manner. And our aim is to be the financial catalyst of growth for the private capital ecosystem in the kingdom, with a focus on innovation, entrepreneurship, and SME development. And we do that by actively investing locally, but also internationally, with the aim to support knowledge and technology transfer and FDI inflows. In terms of priority sectors, we are sector agnostic, but we prioritize sectors that contribute to the economic diversification agenda of the kingdom, including healthcare, education, financial services, technology, and all the other promising sectors. And we focus mainly on 3 asset classes: private equity, venture capital, and recently we expanded our investment coverage to include private credit. We introduced this asset class last year, and we already made 2 investment deals, and we plan to build on the progress we made in this area. Now, to put that into perspectives, let me share some numbers. In 2023, Jeddah had a record-breaking commitment, contributing to Saudi Arabia ranking first in the MENA region in VC funding for the first time. In fact, the kingdom's VC ecosystem achieved an unprecedented $1.4 billion in capital deployed last year. And at Jeddah, we have invested in more than 500 companies across the globe, mostly through emerging our first-time fund managers. And why do we do that? We do that because we understand that the success of venture capital goes beyond mere financial support. It requires a holistic approach that combines capital infusion with strategic guidance and mentorship. Now, in conclusion, despite the achievements I mentioned earlier, we strongly believe that for an economy of Saudi Arabia's size, this is only the beginning. And that shows the number of untapped opportunities. Now, to capture these opportunities, we firmly believe in the power of cooperation and partnerships with other players locally and globally to leverage synergies and unlock new avenue of growth. Now, this is on the investment side, but on the market development side, we will continue to develop the ecosystem by raising the market standing, advocating for the needed regulatory reforms, and expanding investment knowledge. Let me give one example here. So we already published case studies of success stories for companies and fund managers in our region and supported the training of more than 500 investment professionals in collaboration with international institutions, including this well-respected school. So many thanks to LBS for their contribution in this area. Now, let me stop here, and I will be around to discuss any further matters or answer any questions you may have. Thank you very much.